I've previously done many Minesweeper videos on my channel, but funnily enough, I did not grow up playing a lot of Minesweeper. I remember reading websites and wikis like this one, which showed all sorts of Minesweeper patterns. Nowadays, I feel like I could describe most of these in much simpler language and with much less rules and examples, but what's interesting here is there's this section about guessing. Now, guessing is sort of an issue that plagues Minesweeper, and there can be many situations and patterns where this happens as well. Situations like this, where there's no way to ever determine if the mine is in here or in here. So it's not really a surprise then that some implementations of Minesweeper have a no guessing mode. But there is a special variant of Minesweeper that uses no guessing as an actual rule, where you need to use the fact that you can't guess as a way to make progress in the puzzle. This is what we call Minesweeper with Metalogic. So this is the game. It's called Unveiling. And by the way, this first puzzle doesn't have Metalogic in it. It's just to get you used to needing to make all possible deductions with the clues on the grid. If you want to see the Metalogic part, just skip to like 4 minutes ahead in the video. It'll be time-stamped. Let's get started. First level. So Minesweeper logic, of course, 0 means that there are no mines around because all numbers count how many mines are on adjacent cells, but numbers do not reveal immediately because you have to make all possible deductions with only the numbers on the grid. So if I hit this bell right now, nothing happens because I didn't get all the deductions. So I need to do this because there's 0 on this side as well. And there we go. Now the new numbers are revealed. This 3 sees only 3 other cells, so they must all be mines. This 2, we know the 2 mines are here, so these are empty. I'm using left click and right click, by the way, just like standard Minesweeper. This 2 sees the 2 mines already accounted for here. This 3, these 2 must be mines, and this is the empty cell that we've already figured out. And of course, by the way, this 3 currently does not give any information yet because it has 4 cells showing. This 3, we already have the 3 mines marked, so the empty cells are here. This 2 can only see 1 other cell, which must be a mine. Then the 2 mines are already accounted for, so we can just do that, and that's all the information we have. 1, the mine is already visible for the 1. This 2, same thing. Do I see any more information? Now, this is a common question, right? Is there more information? You don't want to hit the bell too early, in case there's more possible deductions you can make. In fact, there actually is deductions I can make. Look at this 4. There are 2 mines here in this section of the 4, but I already know this 2. There's already one mine here, so there must be 1 mine in here, and that means that, well, we can't have 2 mines here. That would overload it. So the 4 has 1, 2, 3. That's part of the mine, and there's 1 mine here, and that also means these 2 are empty because the 1 mine is in here, and that fully counts for this 2. Actually, look at this. This 3, 2 mines are already accounted for, so this is actually really a 1. There's 1 mine in here. So what is this 5? It's 1, 2, 3. 4, 1 mine in here, 5. That completes the 4. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. So that is already a cool concept of this, obviously, like, that you can just see how many deductions are actually possible instead of just getting new information constantly. Anyway, this 3, the 1 mine is in here for sure. And that means that this 1 doesn't need to see that anymore. This 3 is giving us the information of where that mine is, so we can make that empty now. And the 3, that's done. Okay, now I did mention Metalogic, which is coming shortly, of course, but let's just do this. This 0 sees no mines around it, so that must be no mines here, no mines here. Is this 2 done? Yes, this 2 is done. It can only see 2 cells, so that's empty as well. 1, 2, so the difference between this is 1 mine, but the 1 mine is actually already counted for here, so I know that's empty, because this sees 1 mine here, so this 2 is already done. 1, 2. This 1 is also already done. I should have looked at that one first. Okay, now we're done for real. 5, that 5 is already seeing 5 cells. This 2 is done. It sees 2 cells. This 2 is also done. This 4 is done as well. And this 4 is done. Okay. Now this 1 is done. This 2 is also done, as it sees 2 mines already. And is this 2 done? Okay, Metalogic, I believe, is coming up. Yes, okay. So look at that, how the bell doesn't ring. It doesn't reveal here. The reason it doesn't reveal is because there is another rule about Metalogic. One really important thing in a puzzle is that it's solvable without guessing. If you look at these 2 blocks, where the 2 is, there's already 1 mine accounted for, so there was 1 mine here. And we need information to be able to figure out which of these is a mine and which isn't, because otherwise it'd be guessing. Like, let's say these were all like mines. That means this is guessing, because you can't distinguish which one is the mine, and it's impossible. This game is all about using this trait as a way to use logic, basically. So, just look at each, even if only this was a mine, then there's no way to actually gain information here, because marking these as green would just be guessing. So that means this can't be red, because that would block us from information that would allow us to distinguish this too. So that can't be a mine. Same thing is true here. Same thing is true here, here, and here. We still don't have the information about what it is, but let's use that. And okay, this 3, we already have 3 mines accounted for here, so we can finally resolve the 50-50. This is the non-mine, this is the mine, and we're done. Next level, 1, 2, 1. That's a common Minesweeper pattern, isn't it? Well, I remember that it can't be that, right? Yeah. It can't be that because that would mean that these are empty and this 2 doesn't get satisfied, so therefore, the mines are like this. I think there's still more logic to do. Okay. Now, like, I know that there must be a way to resolve this 4, because let's say that we did that. Obviously, that's not possible, because we've just locked off the information from here, potentially going to this 4, and then it's just luck-based. But I don't know what other square I can individually mark. Like, if I said this was a mine, then the information could still travel, like, over here. So I'm not sure what I'm missing. These are wondering, this is just the volume button, not any global mine counter, by the way. Wait, this step is also affected by the Metalogic rules. Look at this. What is the number that we want to see here? 5 would block off all logic, so it can't be 5. A 4 would be just another luck-based thing. Like, that's a 4. 1, 2, but there's no way to tell which of these would be the 2 mines. And that's a 3, it's the same thing. It's just a 33% chance. So, the number that must appear here to make any progress is 2. That's nuts. I think this is the next step, right? Yeah, there was nothing else we could do. Okay, 1, 2, this is a standard Minesweeper thing. The 2 sees only 2 cells there. Okay, now the number that reveals here, also, it can't be a 2 that would create a 50-50 we couldn't resolve. So those must be both safe as well. Oh my gosh. Okay, this 3 is done, and we do that. Is the same thing also true here, or can this be resolved by, like, its interaction with the 4, maybe? Like, that could be a 1, right? Would that... Ugh, now I have to think, if this is a 1, is there a way to resolve this 4? I feel like if this is a 1, we don't have enough information. It can't be a 3, because that would make both of those mines if this was a 3, and yet still wouldn't give any information about the 4, so those are both safe. Okay, 1, we have that marked. This 4 only sees 4 tiles. Huh. This looks like a guess, so... Okay. Ah, shoot, we could have done more. We don't know what is the thing in here, right? Oh, I get it. I have to predict the number that will appear on here before I even do it. So, I don't know how often I'll be crawling to the image editor for this, but... Okay. Anyway, we're only concerned about the center portion in here. Well, this is not the center, but anyway, look at this 4, right? The number that appears on this green tile must actually be able to solve the puzzle. Obviously, if this is 0, it's not possible for that to be 0, because then those would have to be non-mines, and this 4 doesn't have enough. It also can't be a 1, because that's a 50-50 over here, and of course, this would have to be a mine if that's a 1, by the way. I guess I couldn't mark it like that. But yeah, that would have to be a 50-50 if this number is a 1, and that's not allowed. So that leaves only one option. It's a 2, and yes, that means we just figured out the number of what it had to be without even opening it. So that's the only way the 2 can be resolved, and there we go. Okay, next level time. Let's see. We got a 0 here, and information... Something is happening with the 3 that's giving information. If this is blocked, well, it can't be blocked, because that means this is a this is a guess portion where this has to have 2 mines, but there's no way to tell which of the 2 it is. So that's open, and these are not. Okay, that's the next move, and what do we have? 0. These 2 are marked. This one, I know that's a non-mine, and there's a mine in here. I just don't know which one it is. Is that all? I wonder how worth it is to, because in Minesweeper Ultimate mode, I was never hitting this because it lost the perfect start, and that looked, and that was slightly embarrassing to do, but I feel like you're, yeah, okay, that was all you can make in there. 2 mines here. This can't be a 50-50. I love that we're using this logic that it can't, well, the thing is, we have another information section coming from here, and it's possible the information from here comes around and resolves this 50-50, so I don't know if I want to say that it's both safe yet. It worked in the last puzzle because there was no other source of information, but perhaps this one can circle around when we think about this. So I see this 1 is finished, this 3 is finished, and let's hit the bell, alright. 1, 3, this is a perfect time for an annoying hit the bell joke, and yeah, you can see this is a 1, and wait, oh, the 1 is already done, because there was already a mine there. Okay, this 2 is done as well. This 3 can't overload, because it would overload through 2 mines here, so there is a mine here, and there's a 50-50 situation going on there. Let's hit the bell. The 3 is resolved here. This 1 sees that. This 3, there's a 50-50 in this situation. We should be done. Yep. 2, this 2 is completed. There's a 50-50 situation here. 50-50. I know there's 1 mine here, meaning there's no mine in this spot. I think that's it, because the rest of the stuff is all 50-50'd. No, I messed up again. There are more deductions to do here. Well, I feel like I massively overcomplicated the logic involving this. Look, okay, so let's imagine what this number could be. Can't be 5 because there's only 4 cells it sees. Could it be a 4? No, because that would make all of these have to be red, and then we would get no information here because we really need information to come here to resolve this 50-50. Could this be a 3? I do not think so. This would mean that 2 of these cells in here are red, and I still don't know which 2, and there's no information about that if that's a 3. Is this a 2? Well, the same issue is there, where 1 mine could be anywhere, really. Like, if this was a 2, then there's 1 mine here, but I still know which it could be. Like, it could look like that, or it could look like that. Still no idea. Although there is potential for some overlap, which I am not going to get into. That would make things way too complicated, and I don't think it's needed yet. Although the potential of there being some, like, green safety mines here I've thought about, and it's hard to think about. Anyway, that appears to leave 1 as the only possible thing this could be. So, there we go. And this 3 is finally resolved. 2 and 3. This 2 sees these 2 cells, and they must both be mines. That is about as much progress we could possibly make there, yeah? Okay, this 3 is done. This 2 is resolved. Don't think there's any more. Okay, this 5, this 4... This 4 already sees everything, and this 5 is done. Okay, really complicated puzzle. Well, I mean, really, that 1 step in there was tricky, but anyway, next level. 1 here, 2. This 2 sees everything this 2 does, but this 2 sees an extra 1, which is not going to be part of anything. Something needs to resolve this 1, so... There's like a bottleneck thing going on here, because we need information to travel between here and here, but not over there. I think yep, that's all we needed. That's all we could do there. 0 means there's no mines around that. This 5 is done. This 2 is done as well. This 3 sees that many. That whole thing is actually done. Huh. Okay, this 2 is done as well. Did I miss anything? Yes, this 3, I missed something there. Does information need to travel between any of these siloed off areas? I don't think so. It could come from any direction. Okay, I'm just gonna click this. We are not done. Okay. There's still more information we can get. Oh, right. This must be about the whole safe versus unsafe cells. So this could potentially reveal information that gives us progress here, but not this way. This way has the same problem where if this was a 2, then we have to guess which one it is, and if this one was a 3, then those would have to be red, which locks the information here, so they must both be safe. Yes, there we go. The 1 is done here, the 1 is done here. This one reveals which one it is here, so that's all resolved. This 2 sees the same as this 2, but this is empty. This would be a 50-50 if this wasn't resolved, right? Yeah. I'm gonna hit this again. Yep, that was all. Okay, 4, this 4 is done. This 2 is done. And we're done! Okay, nice. So, it's still probably a little tricky, but if you get used to the whole thing where you need information to flow and you can't make it be a potential guess number, it's really important. Anyway, next level here. Well, there's 0. And same logic with the guess, so those must be unlocked. 9? Okay, I'm leaving that in. I'm sorry, that I shouldn't have pressed the hint button so impulsively, but I was like, it shows how many safe cells, by the way, if you look at the info. It shows how many safe numbers that you need to fill in, and wow, there's apparently a lot more you can do in this grid. Who knew? Okay, I think this is Metalogic with the hints. I really shouldn't have done this, but it's to do with what is in here. If this is blocked off, we never get information about what the cell is, so that we can't actually block that off, which means this is true for every one of these, because we need to know what is at the end of all these tunnels. 0 is resolved. Let's do all the easy numbers. 3 is easy, and it's done here. Anything else? This one sees just as much as this one, but this one is some cells we don't need to look at. I mean, this could be a mine. Something needs to resolve this, right? We need a way to resolve whatever's going on here. I'm gonna hit this. Oh, we still have more to do. Oh, wow, that no one saw that. Oh, you just don't correctly fill in a 0? I'm so good. Anyway. What else? 1, 2, 1. Is that anything? 2, 1. They can't overload, so I think this 1, 2, 1 means that this has to be the case. Because this 2 can't overload where the 1s are, so this 1 is done, this 2 is done. This 5 sees only 5 cells, those must all be on. I think that's it, right? Yep, that's it. This 5 sees 5. This 2 sees its maximum, the 5 is actually done because of that. This 5 is also done. Nice to see a lot of these 5s done, but I see a tunnel coming at the bottom. This 1 is done. This 3... Wait. That 3 is locked, which means... Okay. Meaning we need information here. Do they both need to be... They could be both safe or both mine, so I can't do anything with that yet. This 1 is done. This 4 is done. There we go. And this 4 is resolved to be nothing over here, so we're done with that. Okay. Next set. So how much regular Minesweeper logic do we do? I know this is a 1, and they're adjacent to 6s. So, look at this 6. That's 6 cells. Okay, no, we don't actually have information. I thought there was something, there isn't. 5... This can't be blocked off, right? No, the 5 is still giving us information. Hold on. I don't even know if I want to start with this, but I do notice that if this is a mine, those have to be non-mines, and this 6 is done because it only sees 6 cells. This 2 is done, and again, this is all hypothetical. This 5 has to have 4 mines in here and 1 mine accounted for by this 1. This 5 would be done, and we have a problem now. Because this 3 is the guess situation, and yeah, like, we would never know which of these are the mines, so this can't be right. Let me go back to the whoops, nope, no spoilers. So yeah, this can't be a mine, because that entire hypothetical, if this was a mine, then we'd have to guess on this 3, so that's not a mine. Now the question is there any... I'm just gonna hit the hint. No, there's still more to do. Oh, that might also be true for the, well, I don't know. Yeah, like, look at this. Say if that's a mine, then all these are empty, then this 5 is done, then this 3 is done, and this 5 is actually... It can't actually make 5 anymore because we put a mine here. Actually, that, like... that ruins it for basically every cell involving that, doesn't it? Like, if I did this, then suddenly the 5 doesn't have enough. And same for this, same for this. So the 1 mine is actually here, which is interesting to think about. There must be 1 mine here, meaning all those are empty. Then these are done, and I know the mine is here. The 5 is done. Huh. Okay, is there any more? I swear there's gotta be more. Like, this 2 is too suspicious. I know there's 1 mine here. Means 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I also see it here. If this is a mine, then we have ruined the 6 because this 6 doesn't have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 mine in the 1 section. So therefore, this 2 has 1 mine here and 1 mine here. So these are all empty. Anything else? Oh yeah, those are supposed to all be mines because we know where the ones are here. Wow, that opening board did so much. I don't know if there's more to check. I think we've just locked it down to the 50-50s. No, there's still more. What? Okay, this is the thing, right? Let's say we got information from this cell. Well, it can't actually be like a 2. The 2 would be accounted for here, because the 2 would mean that these were both blank, which is not true. And of course, this couldn't be a 4 either, because that would imply that both of these are mines, and that isn't actually possible, because this is a 1. So how do we get the information of which one of these is the mine and which one isn't? It must be this cell. This is the only cell that can help with that, because this cell isn't actually going to help. So that must be safe, meaning that's a mine, because that's where the 2 is finished. I think there's nothing else to do here, though. This one must be uncovered by the greens I already have. Oh, that's a big reveal. All right, we're done here, I think. 3 marks here. Oh my gosh. Okay, next one is strawberry. Why not? Why is it zoomed out a little bit? Okay, so I see another 1 next to a big number, which must be relevant. Oh, I see where the 5 is going. This 5, it must look like that, and the 1 is accounted for within one of these. This one here. 6 is done. Meaning there's 1 here, except the 1 is already accounted for in this section. So therefore, this 3 doesn't see a mine there. There's something going on with the edge of the strawberry. We need to figure out where it is. Like, we already blocked off this edge for connecting, so it must be this one that reveals the information. And then something happens to reveal whatever this is, but I don't know what. There's no guessing going on with here. I'm gonna hit this. Yeah, we're done. Okay, well, we're done with that step. So the 0, revealing there must be nothing there. There's 1 mine here. There's 1 mine in this section because of this 2, and therefore I can mark these as empty. The 6 is done. Yeah, that's 6, so we had 6 to look at. Things going on here, but the information, couldn't the information that reveals this not come from this side? So I'm not going to do anything with that yet. And of course, like, this wall has blockaded this section, so we're going to need to help with that. Oh! Is there a 50-50 here? It could be empty completely, though. I totally didn't spend minutes not seeing that this 3 is done, by the way. Okay. I mean, I'm looking at this thinking if there's any information I can get from that, but I would say no right now. Okay. That's done. This 2 is done. This 3 sees that. Nothing has changed involving this spot, right? Okay. 5's done. 4's done. 3 is, like, slowly revealing stuff here. This could probably distinguish that. I'm gonna hit that again. Okay. 2 is done. There is a guess situation going on there, but this 5 has been locked out a little bit. 1 mine here, meaning those are empty. We cannot have a guess situation here, so whatever does this disambiguates this. I'm just a little wondering about if this is gonna help. Nope, I'm wrong. There is another thing to look at here. Oh gosh, why do I keep doing this? I saw this must be an issue and then ignored it for some reason, but look. This square and this square are looking at the same 2 squares, and when that happens, we can't avoid the guess. Like, this 1 means this is a guess, and this is not helping because it's still looking at the same two squares, so we need something that only looks at one of them, which is this square. Okay, there we go. That's a 0, it's a 1. 1 is done here. 3 is done here. 5 is completed. 2 sees that. There we go. 1. There's a guess section here. We're just gonna... Yeah, the 5 finishes that off. There we go. Final level is the leaf, and yep. Totally looking at these, like, this is way too suspicious. I mean, we must get information here, so... And there's only one source of information, so, like, it would be a guess if any of those weren't done, but is there any more? I'm gonna have to spend time thinking about it. I don't think there is. Let's hit the bell again. Alright. That finishes that off. I mean, the mine is here. This is a 2. And that's... Well, I can't say if this has blocked off this path yet, but it's definitely getting suspicious. Okay, we're done with that section. This 1 is done, and opening up information from here and here, seemingly. But this could go all the way around and wrap around to get whatever this is, so... Yeah. This 1 sees the same space as this, so there's a guess spot right here now. 5 sees everything here. I'm gonna assume that one of these might get blocked off at some point. There's a guess section here, but this could potentially disambiguate. 3 here. 2, and there's 1 here and 1 here. That seems like a huge guess block off, doesn't it? This is very suspicious, and I suspect that, like, we're gonna have to reveal some of the tops or something. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, because this is turned to a guess zone, that we're gonna need help from all the spaces that must be obtained in order to get to the other side. In fact, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, because the information is totally locked from here, we will also need to fill in, like, the boundaries as well. I don't know if this is a boundary. It does not seem like it to me. We are not done. Well, assuming that I was... Oh, is this also a boundary? No, I'm wrong with this. Because the way that this works, it only goes one way. It's like this, actually. Nope. Here. Because it could be any of these that disambiguate the going into the tunnel. It's only one of these that have to disambiguate, but once you're in this step, the step afterward needs to be both safe tiles, because otherwise it would be a guess situation, which is not allowed, or both mines, which would block the information. So this is the actual way to do it. No. What did I get wrong this time? Okay, that's really subtle. Look at this. It's we finally made a tunnel. Like, if this is a mine, then this is blocked off, so we need to figure out what this is as well. Okay, great step. I'm glad that I foresaw this was gonna come. Even though I didn't really get the details right on it, but there we go. There's all that information that we wanted to see. That 2, wow, there's something cool about the fact that 2 blocks off the path between here and here, even though we needed to assume that we got information along this side. That's just cool. And there's a mine here. Oh, this 1 disambiguates here. There's a mine here. This 3... this 3's done. This 4 is done, actually. This 4 is done, too. What about the 1 situation here? This 2... 4 has completely blocked the information about here, so we need something around here, but that's better. This is a 1-2-1 pattern. Yeah, it looks like that. Are there any tunnels that I should worry about? I don't know. This 1 and the 2, I know there's a mine here then. Something feels... well, this 2 could still potentially disambiguate this tile, so I'm not going to say both of those are safe right now. Still need information about here. I am so worried about potential... Oh, there's a tunnel here. Yeah. Because, of course, if this was a mine, then we couldn't figure out what this was at all, so... The paranoia seeps in. Okay, so the 2 here, I see this 2 now, and we also need to fill in that, because, well, because we need to know what this is. So this must be filled, and this must be filled due to the guessing, the no guessing issue. Is there more? This could disambiguate something if I figured out what was going on here. But perhaps this is the safe tile that will show what will happen? I don't know. Something is weird about this section, but maybe I'm not looking at the right section. Like, all the clues here are like guess clues, or basically this 2 sees 1 already, so there's a mine in between one of these, and as well as this 1 which sees a mine in between one of these, which means we need information from somewhere, except this area is so guess-filled that this couldn't be a 2, because that would ruin this 2. It couldn't be a 2, 3, 4. It couldn't be a 5 because that would overload the 2. So, and the numbers in between would cause some guess problems. Because, like, it's just overlapping a guess with another guess layer. So I believe this is the safe tile, because that is the only thing we could disambiguate. Like, if this was red, then we have no more ability to disambiguate anything. So there we go. Okay, that 2 is done. This 2 and the 4, this 4 sees +2 extra tiles, which means that is the 1. This is the 4, and that means every one of these is done. This 2 is done. This 3 is done. This 4 is done. What? The heck? Oh, this. Okay, this 4 is done. Alright, got it. The 1 and the 3 sees that. Is there a tunnel that just got created here? I'm not sure. And what's going on here? This is another weird spot where we could potentially gain more information if we knew what this number was before we hit the bell again. Okay, I didn't notice this was done. But I'm also looking at this region. By the way, this is turned into a guess section because this one sees only 1 mine here, and we need information coming from here, but we currently don't have any bottlenecks to help with that. I thought there was something we could do with here, but I actually don't think so anymore, because we could do that, and then you had some Metalogic with this tunnel opening up, or these could all be open, and I don't think there's anything with that. Looks like the top becomes a guess zone if you decide to say that these are all mines, because other numbers are would cause guesses and not work. So this was a 4, then this 2 becomes a guess zone and is not allowed, so it needs to be like this. What the fuck? That's not right. Okay, I'm not really sure this part of the logic makes sense, but I have thought this was suspicious for a while, and the number that you get from here, like, it seems like this could allow a guess, although there is some weird tunnel that is allowed if you do that, but it's cleaner if this happens, where, because all the other numbers in between of the max and the minimum are cause guesses, considering every other number here is a guess, so it has to be either 1 or the maximum. Apparently is not the maximum, I think. So then it's the minimum, which causes that, and then these are unlocked. Is that it? Well, there you go. This is a 1. This is still a 1, of course. The 2 is accounted for here. This 1 is finished. Now what? Is 4 done? I feel like what's happening here is to be some real nuance about how you get information. But, like, I don't know. This is a guess region. This is also a guess region. And that means, like, there's no way to get information off these. Like, you could assume that maybe this is it, and information comes from here to here. But there's no way to resolve the guess currently. And, I mean, you can almost compare the delta between the 2 numbers, which is a trick I've used in 14 Minesweeper variants before. I mean, it's just a classic trick where you compare a number and their overlap. Like, for example, this is the overlap between this 4 and whatever this is. So I think, like, of course, any of these couldn't all be reds because, like, there's no information, so I guess they must all be safe. Well, I guess that's the next step, then. This 2... Oh, this 4 is done, actually. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, that took a while. Okay, that is resolved, obviously, and... Okay, that's just the remaining step there. The 4 is done. And now what? I mean, this feels like this should be a safe tile, because we need to figure out what this is, so, like, we need a tile that can figure out what this cell is. Is that it? Nope, there's still more to figure out. Okay, this is, again, nuanced. This is a meme term, I guess, and not particularly intuitive, but I was stuck here for a while because it seems like this cell, there's no way to tell, like, this could be red, and then the way to fix the guess here would be figuring out this tile, because the other two don't help with figuring out what this is. The reason why, ultimately, is because in this state we have the same idea of a thing going through a tunnel, and the next two, it couldn't be only one of these that are on mine, because that would be a guess, and it couldn't be all of them that were red, because that locks up information. Although, technically, in this case, this is the problem. Like, if we knew this was red, then we would suddenly say this is green. This is nuance about using Metalogic inside of Metalogic might not be logically sound, and the game is trying to prevent this, but it is not intuitive at all. It's like, it's the same thing with if you assume uniqueness logic in a Sudoku puzzle, then you've lost the ability to prove that the puzzle is solvable without the uniqueness logic involved. But anyway, let's mark both of these, and that should be it. Yep. 1 is done, 2 is done. That resolved the guess. We have no... Well, we need to figure out what this is, so that's green as well. That's a 1. And there we go. That was unveiling. So, really interesting Metalogic. Now, like, Metalogic is available in, like, so many genres and stuff like that, but it's just also, like, really cool that even with such a game as seemingly simple as Minesweeper, that Metalogic allows that many revelations and stuff. It's just really cool. Honestly, if I played some more modes in 14 Minesweeper Variants Ultimate Mode, I'm not sure if that would be an interesting video, but certain variants in that have some ridiculous, even hard logic that you didn't see because I decided to prioritize the updates that came, the variants that came in the update to that game. But anyway, see ya!